Greetings, everyone. Today's words to live by are: joy can only be real if people look upon their life as a service and have a definite object in life outside themselves and their personal happiness. And that was from Leo Tolstoy, who has been referred to, I think, as the soul of Russia. And I love Tolstoy, by the way. Um, his short story, The Death of Ivan Ilyich, for those of you who have read that, is really fantastic. You know, it basically ends up with him, or the character in the story, um, on his deathbed saying, "What if my whole life has been wrong?" So he gets into some really thought provoking stuff. But this quote about joy is definitely, in my opinion, a somewhat of a countercultural take here in the year 2025. I think joy for a lot of folks, even myself included, I have to make sure not to slip into this trap, but I think joy gets equated a lot with what you have, how much money you have, how many homes you have, what kind of car you drive. People sort of look at the riches as the things that are joyful, and I don't think these words by Leo really talk about or encourage anyone to strive to be poor. I don't think that's the point of this. I think it's really, though, about finding that joy in helping people and having life be seen as a service, not just to ourselves but to humanity. And I every time I volunteer at a soup kitchen. Last Thanksgiving in 2024, there was a fantastic effort where I live, making Thanksgiving meals for people that didn't have anywhere to go. And the amount of joy that we all as a community have together to do that really couldn't have been bought. It couldn't have been anything I would have described in material ways, because it's impossible to. And I think just that constant reminder of, other people's happiness is sometimes as important as my own personal happiness. And I'm such a small speck of the universe here that, I'm not the sun, and things don't revolve around me continually. But I think sometimes we like to believe that, right? We like to sort of say, well, I can control all of these things, and I'm going to mesh them all together, and it's going to bring me one great big ball of happiness. And I just have never in my 5 decades found that to be the case. So maybe you have, but I certainly have not. I think, you're finding your real personal happiness is actually about, helping other people find their personal happiness. That's what not only feels better, but I think works and is actually something that is tangible in terms of how you feel when you do that and you live a life of service in some way, shape, or form. And in a lot of ways, that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to provide wisdom. As I said in my introductory video to this whole series, I'm trying to provide wisdom that I have followed, words that I've read in my life, so that perhaps they might impact other people in the same way that they've impacted me. So, like I said, I've got hundreds of these because I've done a lot of reading and I've done a lot of studying, and by the virtue of the fact that I've made it here and I'm 50, I've lived a long time and I've been through a lot of experiences. And so the best way that I can think of my life as a service is to broadcast it. So I hope you found these words from Tolstoy helpful as I have. It's such a great reminder. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. If you enjoyed this, please like and or subscribe. Talk to you soon.